Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Wendy and I'm just recapping from where I left you, which was heading up north to a place called Opononi, where we were towing a boat to go and spend a weekend or 4 or 5 days with my extended family for my dad's 70th birthday. So the first day we were there, we got out on the water. We actually didn't think it was a particularly great day, but it was good enough to get the boats out. Turns out that was quite a normal day for the Hokianga Harbour. It's very windy there, and so the wind was an issue at times, especially when you're towing the boats and you've got kids on Sea-biscuits. That first day we did play quite a bit on the Sea-biscuits, but predominantly they went across the harbour, probably about 1 kilometre across, and up sand dunes. And I couldn't tell you how high they are, but they are huge. And they spent a few hours playing on those. They climbed them and then slid down on like boogie boards. And after that, when they got home, we had some lunch. We headed to another area around the bay where they had these amazing little rock pools. Again, it wasn't a super great day for it. The wind was high, so there was a little bit of swimming done, but predominantly it was just the walk there, have a little bit of a look, and then the walk out. We didn't get back to that area. I think if we'd had any more time we would. People lost their clothes into the rock pool. The wind blew my mum's towel and her clothing into one of the pools. Where these rock pools are situated is right at the entrance to the harbour, so the wind was very strong, but still beautiful. It was worth our time to go and visit it. And then the second day it was raining, and it wasn't something, oh, got a kitten. It wasn't the right weather to be getting out in the boat, so we thought we'd have a chill day. We visited a local market. They were actually having a, what would you call it, like a festival? And it was a Western festival. I didn't quite understand. It was a Western festival in the middle of New Zealand, but it was fun all the same. Kids got candy floss. It was a nice thing to do in the morning. And then in the afternoon we just did our usual thing of gathering and having meals and just spending some time together. It was predominantly the time over meals that we spent together. The rest of the time was just resting and getting ready for the activities. So the second day was a little bit blowy still, so people knew of a freshwater lake that we could drive to. It was about an hour, so we all packed up and headed there for the day. But on the way we got to stop and see Tane Mahuta. I'd never been here before and I was so excited to see it. So there's a disease that has developed over recent years and it's called the Kauri dieback, and so they have had to set up a facility where everybody has to wash their gear, their feet especially, before they come near them, because it is contaminating the trees and killing them off very slowly. So we were very careful to do this on our way in, and we managed to piggyback on the back of a tour guide that was explaining the ins and outs of Tane Mahuta and the environment and the history, and so we were able to just sit in and listen, and I really wanted to share this with you. Oh really?
Also, why is that pole there?
Because it's holding up that tree trunk, see?
They really want that to go up, huh?
Oh my gosh!
I think it's hard to like comprehend how big it is. Pardon?
Maybe 3 or 4.
There's many houses you could build out of there. Yeah, pods.
How do you say the Māori word for the tree? Yeah. Kauri. That's right. Tane Mahuta, the god of the forest, stands at 51.5 meters tall from ground to very top. From ground to first branch is his trunk height. It's 17 meters. Across and back down to the ground is the volume of timber in Tane Mahuta's trunk area. 244 cubic meters of timber in the trunk area, making him the largest kauri tree in Aotearoa, New Zealand, also the world. There's a girth, a circumference, a man's worst nightmare, a waistline of 14 meters around. If you look up into Tane Mahuta's branches, there's an ecosystem growing up there, a forest growing within his crown canopy. 47 different trees, flowers and plants are growing up there. How do I know that? I didn't plant the tree. I know somebody that did. He took a camera up there, come back down, told me there are around 47 different trees, flowers and plants growing up there. Welcome once more, everybody, to the God of the Lord. Thank you.
I did feel a bit cheeky because we hadn't paid for the tour, but he was definitely talking to all of us. He wanted everybody to hear the stories, and there's a lot of it that's not on here, but there is just something about the way this man was speaking, the way he sang the songs, and the way he told the stories was just phenomenal. I will remember it forever, and I've watched it multiple times since. You know, with things like Tane Mahuta, they're so huge and strong, and they've been there, like he said, since Jesus was born, but also they're so vulnerable, and they're so reliant on us, and they're so sensitive to the smallest thing. Holding those two things together really spoke to me. I felt like it was a really special moment that we got to sit in on that, and it was worth the whole trip just to get to see that. So after that we left and we went to Iwi Lakes, and that was a freshwater lake, sand. I don't know that there was any fish in there. It was maybe trout, I'm not sure. That was the best part of the trip that day. A, because of Tane Mahuta, getting to experience that, and B, because of Kauri Lakes. It's almost a place that I would travel north again just to go there. The water was different from the ocean. It was warmer, for starters.
Oh wait, give up.
What is that?
That's just road.
The water!
Take that away, the motor. Keep it going. Chuck it out, Rex. Okay, you're the observer, me.
Nice smooth water over here, so I'll take you to that. You good, you guys? Yeah, good. Bye.
So one thing I want to note here is my mother is on a Sea-biscuit with me and another girlfriend that we had come with us for this trip, and her name was Mugda, and she came on with mum and I. Now my mum is 70, and if I have any goals in life, it's to be like her. So she was up there climbing those sand dunes with the 8, 9 and 10-year-olds, and she was also out there sea-biscuiting with us. She did better than me. I get scared if I have to be in that big ocean by myself. Like, it freaks me out. It doesn't freak her out, but the fact that she's willing to just give it a go. She actually had some really good pointers on how to hold on to the Sea-biscuit that I wouldn't have thought of. She used her technique to keep her on, not her strength. And yeah, Smart one, Mum.
Wow, they're doing awesome! Oh, here we go! Wow, nice work! Woo!
Oh, here we go.
I saw one go under the biscuit.
Yeah, I thought she kind of slipped off really quick, eh?
Yeah.
We'll practice now.
Are you gonna, do you want to take the chair?
Oh, thanks, Cara. I was just balancing it out before.
When you turn the corner a bit sharper,
Yeah.
and a lot of power, then they hit the wake, then they're going for it, then you can button off because at that point they're skimming around the corner.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then if you circle around long enough, it comes back into the wake again.
Hang on!
Looks like you get to watch it this time, you're not like driving.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm hanging on.
You good, ladies? Alrighty, we're going. Yeah, kick it, Luke. We're good.
There was other things that we did. There was some kneeboarding that was done. There was a lot of wakeboarding done at the end of the day. And I forgot to give them my camera to take it out to show you. I think we stayed there for, I think we got there about 12. We didn't leave till 6. And I think everybody got to go except my dad. His hips and his back are pretty broken. So he just enjoys watching. Wish that he could get out there on the boat with us. I really do. So the last full day we were there was this Monday, and that was my dad's birthday. But we all ended up going off and spending our days doing different things. I don't know if we were all sick of each other or not. I don't think that was the case. It was just that different people wanted to do different things. Some people went into Waitangi to look at some history. Other people went for a drive in the car, specifically my dad, because he can't walk very far at all. And so he drove to go around and see some of the cafes in the neighbouring district. And then we took the boat out and went across to the sand dunes. I hadn't climbed them yet. James hadn't also, and neither had Mugda. So we all went over and we climbed the sand dunes. It wasn't hard, but it was fun. It was kind of steep in places, but it was just amazing, the view when you get to the top. It's very difficult to get to the top because the top is a good, I don't know, 500 meters long, like wide. So you're actually walking along the flat for quite a while before you can actually see the other side. So after doing the sand dunes, we went for a tiki tour up the harbour and just had a look and see what was there, got a coffee, saw this kind of car ferry thing that went across with cars from one side of the harbour to the other, and then we came back. We were running a little bit late for my dad's birthday dinner, but he wasn't too worried. I had to quickly get the photo board set up, which turned out to be a big hit. I think he really enjoyed it. So anyway, I just want to say thanks Mum and Dad for a really good weekend away. We really appreciate it and we loved the time we got to spend together. And we're hoping that you enjoyed your time spent with us. Happy birthday. So the next day it was time to get home. I didn't get any footage. We were just on the road majority of the day. I think we started at 11 AM, had checked out of the hotel, went down the road, had a coffee, said goodbye to everyone, and then we drove to Taupo and we got there really late. We did have to wash the boat down, make sure everything was washed. Taupo is a freshwater lake, so we got the boat in and really hosed everything down, especially the motor. So once we washed it down, we made the rest of the trip home to where we needed to drop the boat back off. But our adventure didn't stop there. Our holiday continued and we ended up in a place called Taranaki, and I'll show you in our next video, but we walk into a hut in a tree house and we stay there for a few days. So that'll be coming out in the next day or so. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.